just some, relative, just trying to coordinate things, and we couldn't get it worked out. And we came to a mutual agreement with our previous record label. No hard feelings towards anybody. They were great. We had a great 9-year run with them. But we just kind of came to a mutual agreement after headlining an arena tour that it was best to part ways. And that's what we did. And like I said, we have nothing but respect for everyone at Roadrunner. We had a great run with them, but it was just time for them and us to move on, so we did. It was very freeing knowing that we didn't have to, answer to a record label for a while or to try to please a record label for a while. At the same time, it was kind of scary because you're like, we can go record all we want, but who in the hell is going to put out the record?
Yeah, you're on your own.
And
yeah.
But we started almost immediately. Once the news got out, we were getting, attention from record labels immediately. And Mascot being one of those. And we had a good vibe about that to begin with. And we started writing songs, anyway. And we wrote a lot of them on the back of the bus. We'd go to the practice house and write some. And you fast forward a little bit, and we're over here on tour last year in the summer doing some festivals. And Ed, who owns Mascot, asked us to come out and eat lunch with him. So we went to eat and had such an amazing conversation that when we left there that night, we called our manager when we got back to the bus and said, hey, we want to go full on with Mascot. Just, give everyone else, our best and tell them thank you, but we just feel Mascot's going to be the best place for us to go. And part of our deal was we wanted to be able to be totally free when we went to the studio. So we decided on this record to take the batch of songs we'd written and to go back to the studio where we recorded a CD we did when we were like 17 called Rock and Roll Tape, 17 and 18. And we also recorded the debut self-titled album that was released in 2006, 10 years ago, a decade ago. It was kind of surreal because it's the same engineer, all the same equipment, and the four of us, and no producer. This is the most untouched thing we've ever done because we had no one telling us what to do, or we weren't trying to please anyone but ourselves and write the kind of music that we thought our fans would appreciate.
It ain't perfect, but it's rock and roll. It's awesome.
When you're 16 and 17 writing songs, it's a whole lot different than when you're 30 and writing songs, and you have a kid and a wife and everything's different. Your life has a way different meaning than it did when you were 16 and you just wanted to be wild,
Dad life, bro.
Yeah, dad life. We both got kids,
yeah,
man.
I got them.
We're all married. We all have kids. Ben's got a beagle. Man, just life experiences. I mean, there's a couple fun songs on the record. A song called Cheaper to Drink Alone is a fun song, and then there's a song called Soul Machine that are just more or less fun songs. But I
think people expect us to have
we have to have
songs that are those party anthems, and we like to have those too because they're great and they really work live too.
We also got back to a little bit of the storytelling.
Yeah, we did
with a couple songs and back to more serious subjects. We caught a lot of shit, man, off the last record because people like, oh, it's a record about pot and partying and yeah, there's songs about that. I mean, damn, the song's called Me and Mary Jane. You know what it's about, but
what was it about?
Yeah, I don't know. Me and Mary Jane got a thing going on, creeping up slow, hanging around my back door, Blowing smoke like a freight train. Yeah, we're wilder than some Mustangs. Got the top down and skinned up. We're laid back, but we're on the up. Ain't nothing like a Friday night, and that's smell to get you feeling right. I've waited all week for this. The head party, I don't wanna miss something in the air. Take control. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, baby? Come on, let it go. Me and Mary Jane got a thing going on, creeping up slow, hanging Mary Jane got a thing going on, going on. Mary Jane got a thing going on, going on. Creeping up slow, hanging around my back door, my back door. If we get caught, everyone will see us stone, see us stone. Me and Mary Jane got a thing going on, going on. Me and my Mary Jane.
Sometimes Chris just nails a solo that you can't recreate that, you know, with 100 takes. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's what's so cool about it. And there's no auto-tune on this record because he's just singing his ass off.
Appreciate it.
It's great to be able to sit back and go, you never know what a record is going to do.
There's nothing digitally fixed inside of a program on this record.
Yeah.
It's as natural as a record can get.
It's common now. It's like you try to make a record that's the most epic representation of your talent and your songwriting,
But the industry's
and the way technology is at that point in time.
Between technology and just the way the industry works, they've made it to where robots could make records. And everything's so perfect and so chopped up, and the vocals are so tuned to a perfect level, and
the timing of the vocals and the timing of the
this stuff
drums.
just it sucks to have to. Man, when you listen to a track that you've recorded, and you hear all this life and all this energy in it, and then it gets sent to someone to edit it, and it comes back like a bag of fucking stale potato chips.
Well, it's hard sometimes.
You listen to it and you're like, oh my God, this sucks.
A lot of times you're working with an engineer and there's magic happening in that room, and the reason the individual tracks sounded the way they did, I know a lot of people don't really have a perspective of how songs really come about in the studio, just because they're not in that setting. And then a lot of times, the magical things that you thought, oh man, that was awesome, that's when we get it mixed, it's gonna be great. But if a mixer hasn't, a lot of times the engineer could mix the record, so then they know what to bring up, what to bring down, how to pan things, and how to what sound you were going for. But a lot of times, if you do have an outside mixer, your album comes back and it's like, whoa, what happened there?
So with this record, man, like everything was on us. So it was a high stress level, but no stress level at all, if that makes any sense. It was like you're always, because dude, when you're in the studio and you got a producer, you're like just waiting for him to tap you on the shoulder and go, that doesn't work. You can't do that.
Sometimes you need that. Like, but we were lucky enough, even though, there was times.
Yeah, on your first 4 albums, you might need that.
There was times where you just want to, freak out, but you do learn. You take a lot of positive experiences working with people who've been in the industry for years, because as artists or musicians,
we learn stuff from every single person we ever worked with.
Then you learn. You get to a point where you go, okay, we know what we want in the studio, and not to say we won't ever work with another producer, but just we needed that opportunity. But it was awesome, man. We're really proud of this record.
Man, when everything is on the band, I think that's when you get some of your best stuff. I mean, we know what we want to sound like, and that's why we produced the record. We picked the mixer, the engineer, the studio, and the equipment we used. Dude, in today's world, a lot of times you show up to go record and you don't take anything but a guitar and drumsticks. And you go in and you go, okay, well, what about amps? And they're like, well, this is the amp we use for this sound, and this is the amp for this sound, and this is the snare drum for this kind of song. And we're like, okay, yeah, on the other 50 records you've done that sound identical, but what about what we want to sound like? We set our own amps. We dial in our pedals. We tune our own guitars.
I act like I'm tuning my own drums. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah, he is good at acting about that.
I'm a great actor.
But man, it's just like, dude, we're not old, but we've been in this business as professionals, I guess, for 10 years now. And we've been a band for 15. And if you don't know what your band should sound like after 10 years of being a touring professional band, then I don't know what you're doing wrong. We've wanted to have horns on every record we've done.
I was to say, we've wanted
to have female vocalists. This time to be able to go in the studio and do whatever we wanted was the greatest thing that could have happened to our band. And I think when people hear this music, they're going to, you can feel the life and the energy in the music when you put in a CD. You get the same, when I listen to it, I get the same feeling I get when I go watch a band live, and there's energy, there's passion, and you can feel the heart in it, you know. And there's songs on the record that'll put a tear in your eye, man, because it's all honest and it's all real, and it's us. I mean,
good stuff.
Yeah, we built our whole career on being honest and being a live band, and you know, we kind of wear our hearts on our sleeves, especially when it comes to our music, because that's who we are, and that's all we know. So
all we gotta do now is just learn how to play them again.
You know what I mean? The Rambler is a really unique song. Our good friend Jason Todd, the original guitar player in Shinedown, was out playing with his band Fall to June, and we would talk every day to him, you know. And he came up one day and he's like, "Man, I got this song I need y'all to hear." And we're like, "Cool, man. Yeah, come on the bus later and we'll check it out after the show." I've never been in the studio and literally broke down and had to stop singing because a song affected me that much while I was singing it. And when we were doing the vocal take on that song, I was fine, and I got to the last verse, man. I went to sing the chorus and I just lost it. I had to stop, walk away for a few minutes.
You were born in a southern fall. It might have been Sunday, but I can't recall all the birthdays I must have missed, your first steps and your first kiss. I don't even know if you know my name, but you should hear the truth before it's too late. So I hope this finds you on some highway, 'cause I'm an old-time rambler. I call the road my home. Forgive my indiscretion, it's the only way I know. 1,000,000 miles from Kentucky, but I will always be around. So turn the radio up when your heart breaks down. I played for tips and I played for less. I played a pretty southern girl right out of a dress. She danced until the lights came on, but there's a reason she's here instead of being at home. She said the songs you sang made the whole room cry, and that night I told a young man's lie when I said I would call her, and I said I'd ride home. I call the road my home. Forgive my indiscretion, it's the only way I know. A million miles from Kentucky, but I will always be around. So turn the radio up when your heart breaks down. Turn the radio up when your heart breaks down. I'm sorry for the tears I made you cry. I'm sorry for the promises that turned to lies. If I could turn back the hands of time, I'd take it back and try to make you understand that this is who I am. I met the devil in an old motel. It seems I ain't got much of a soul to sell. My glass is empty, my hands are blue, and the doctor gave me about a month or two. I thought I would make it to you this year, so forgive me one last time, my dear, and tell your mother I won't be coming home. Oh, 'cause I'm an old-time rambler. I call the road my home. Forgive my indiscretion, it's the only way I know. A million miles from Kentucky, but I will always be around. So turn the radio up when your heart breaks down. Turn the radio up when your heart breaks down.
Honestly, we were all on the phone one day just joking around, and Vinny, our day-to-day guy, he was like, "Man, why don't y'all just call it Kentucky?" And we all got cold chills, and we were just like,
Why did we not think of that? Why did we not just say, let's call the album Kentucky and put the Practice House on the cover?
it's a great representation of the songs, where we recorded, and
every musician on the record is from Kentucky.
all the extra guys, man, are buddies of ours from back home. So you couldn't have found a better title, and we're very proud of where we've come from. So it worked perfect.
We got an email. It said, guys, we have an incredible offer. And we proceeded to read down, and it said, you've been offered to headline Ramblin' Man Festival. And we literally looked at each other like, holy shit. This is amazing. It's not that often that a band 15 years into their career gets to start over.
The first time we ever came over, we were riding around in this little airport shuttle van, and
had 6 bunks in it and had to piss in bottles in the back.
I mean, and we knocked all those over, and
oh God,
so
it was so bad, it stunk.
There was like 100. Yeah, it was bad. There was like 100 people maybe at a show.
Yeah.
The promoter didn't even know we were supposed to be on there, and he wasn't gonna pay us. Like, we were like, okay, I guess this is gonna be weird. But this country embraced our band, and without it,
we probably wouldn't be around.
No, we wouldn't.
That's the honest truth.
We have a lot to owe to all the people here.
We come from nowhere, man. I didn't have shit as a kid. We had, you know what I mean? Like, we all had it rough at times in our lives, and to have a group of people embrace us and fall in love with our music and us as people, to the fact that we get to headline a rock and roll show, a festival, and the greatest fucking rock and roll country on the planet is nothing short of miraculous, and we owe it all to the people that have supported us over here. I get all choked up and emotional and stuff, but
You cry because you got a big heart, man.
Yeah, but no, man. I mean, in all honesty, you know,
It's really amazing. Honestly, I mean, we're 4 lucky dudes, man.
ain't that the truth?
If the world fell into the sea, my feet are wet today, my tears have soaked the pavement, my mind's running again, and all my hopes are fading. If this is the way, I don't wanna stay. If the world fell into the sea, will you hold on and drown right here with me? If it's over, I guess we're going under. Please help me. The only place to save is right here in our dreams. Inside this desperate time, you've been my one true haven, and I just realized that's all that's left worth saving. If this is the way, I don't wanna stay. If the world fell into the sea, will you hold on and drown right here with me? If it's over, I guess we're going under.
When you came to me, you say you love me. When you tend to go, you make up their story. The broken heart you brought to my life, the bitter taste of a shameful life. Why you lied to me at the day you came? And why did you give me unreal dream stuff? Crying tonight for my painful life. Maybe I'm happy in other world. Loneliness with me in the rest of my life. I would have fight to be for the justice. Don't underrate my power of mind. I would have fight and stand by my side. I would have fight and stand by my side. Saturday I've been alone, walking around in the silent sound, till the end of the blurry way. I felt some things blowing my ears. Lonely night, my heart was beating. I'm calling in whisper.